It's the end of summer now, and 2025 is fast approaching. So I thought it might be a good idea to look at the Lego sets that are due to retire at the end of this year and pick up my top 5 must-have sets. Now I picked out these 5 sets because I think they're going to increase quite a lot in price after they do retire. So if you're a Lego investor or you simply want some more Lego that you can build over the holiday period, then these are really sets that you don't want to let slip through your fingers. Otherwise, you may have to pay a heavy premium for them in the future. Now, as you can tell from behind me, I haven't really made any progress on the Lego room yet. It's kind of stagnated really, but I'm hoping to get back on that fairly soon. Also, please do let me know down in the comments section what sets you think people should be buying. However, that's enough talking. Let's get into the video. So starting off this list is the Eldorado Fortress. So this set is a modern remake of set 6276. And when I found out Lego was building this set, I was extremely happy because if you're like me and you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, then this is just a massive hit of nostalgia. And even if you didn't, it's just a fantastic looking set anyway. Now this set hasn't been around for that long. It was released on the 4th of July last year, so by the time it does retire, that will have been a shelf life of sort of like around 18 months. And generally speaking, sets with a shorter shelf life do tend to increase in value more than a set which had like a longer shelf life, simply because people have had less of an opportunity to actually purchase it. Plus, I do think in the future Lego might make more pirate themed sets, because it's a theme that most Lego fans do want to see brought back. And we've already kind of started seeing this with the Barracuda Bay set like a few years ago, and we now have this set. So if that does happen, then I do think this set will become a lot more sought after. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is that it kind of has like all of the ingredients, if you want to call it that, to be a very good investment set. Now moving on to number 4, and this might be a little bit of an obvious choice, but it's the UCS Millennium Falcon set. And when this set was released, it was the biggest Lego set ever, and it joins quite a long list of UCS sets that are going to retire at the end of this year. You've also got the 8080, the Mos Eisley Cantina, and Luke's Landspeeder. And yeah, it's just one of those like iconic sets, really. I think, as I said, it was the biggest set ever when it was launched, and I think up until that point we hadn't really ever seen a set that was on this scale or that was even anywhere kind of like near this scale. And I think I personally see it as like a watershed moment, because ever since then we have seen like a lot more 18 plus sets which are much bigger, you know, like sets that are like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 pieces are much more sort of commonplace now. So I think in a way owning this set is almost like owning a piece of Lego history. That's just how I see it, like, anyway. So yeah, so this is kind of the opposite of the Eldorado Fortress set, because it's been around since I think the end of 2017, so it has had a very long shelf life. However, having said that, when this set was first launched, it was £650 here in the UK, and since then it went up to £635. So even though it has had a long shelf life, I still think it is a very good like investment set, because not many people will be able to like afford to spend that much on a Lego set. And even if they can, I think most people wouldn't want to spend that much money on a Lego set, just because, you know, like, it's basically like a mortgage payment. So I think not many people will have bought this set, sort of like, relatively speaking. So for that reason, I can still see the set fetching like well over like £1,000 in a couple of years' time. Okay, on to number 3, and staying on the Star Wars theme, it's the Princess Leia helmet set. Now, Lego started making these helmet sets, I think, at the start of 2020, and I think they've been quite a big success because it's a quite reasonably priced set and it looks really good on your shelf. And really, Lego could make almost every Star Wars character in this form. And for that reason, I think anytime you have a theme inside of a theme, people are going to naturally sort of going to want to have them all. So I think these early helmet sets are going to be extremely valuable in the years to come, really. And we've already started to see this. Like one of the first helmet sets was the TIE Fighter pilot helmet, and that retailed for £54, and it's now worth over £200. So as you can see, people who have missed out on that set but have all the other helmets are prepared to pay quite a hefty premium just to have it. So I think we'll kind of see that happen with like all of these early helmet sets. So I think if I see this set in between now and the end of the year at a discounted price, I'm definitely going to buy it because I think it will be a pretty good investment. On to number 2, and it's the NASA Space Shuttle set. Now, anytime someone asks me what sets they should buy if they're thinking about investing in Lego, I always tell them to buy Star Wars because, Star Wars is the most popular theme, so you can't go that far wrong. However, I'd say that the second most popular theme behind Star Wars is probably space, although space is more of a sub-theme, I guess. But the reason I think this is because this past year we've seen so many space sets in the city theme and in the Technic theme too, and plus we've also had the Artemis space station, and it's just been a year of space sets really. I'm not into space personally, but even though I'm not into it, I'd still buy the space shuttle set just because I think it looks really good. And I think that's the key here, is that if you're a space fan or you're not a space fan, this set will still appeal to everyone really. However, if you look at the Artemis space station set, which I just mentioned, even though that is a really good looking set, if someone was to come around your house and ask what it is, you'd have to like explain it, whereas everyone understands what a space shuttle is. So I think for that reason, in the years to come, this will increase in price by quite a lot, and for that reason I think it's a very good investment set. I don't think I'd be too surprised if in a couple of years time this set was over £300. So I think once again, like with the helmet set, this is a set I'm definitely going to buy if I see it at a good discount. Okay, on to number 1 in this list, and this one is a little bit of a wild card set, I think, and it's the Indiana Jones Temple of the Golden Idol set. So obviously this is based on that famous scene from the Raiders of the Lost Ark film, and it just does a fantastic job of capturing that scene. It's got like quite a lot of play functionality in it too, and this is a set which I find to be a little bit strange because when Lego said they were going to start making Indiana Jones sets again, there was like a lot of hype around it because Indiana Jones was one of those Lego themes that they made for a short period in the past. I thought once they bring it back, it's going to be very popular, but all of them are due to retire at the end of this year, which is kind of strange because that will mean that they will have a shelf life of 18 months. So perhaps people just haven't bought many of them because, if they had done, Lego would keep selling these sets for like at least another year. So a short shelf life plus maybe not many people bought them could mean that once again there will be a very good investment set. So that wraps up this list. Please do let me know in the comments section what sets you think people should be buying. Once again, thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. It really does help me out. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.